I do have a man on the phone whose musical exploits have definitely not gone unnoticed in New Zealand over the past few years. In New Zealand, the most recent album reached the #1 spot on iTunes in the independent NZ Music Album Chart. Stayed there for 4 months as well. It reached number 15 on the NZ Album Chart. Eventually went on to achieve gold status. Had even more success abroad. A 9-date tour has just been announced down the country. Their new album, Lo and Behold, High and Beyond, is released today of Sola Rosa. Andrew Spragan, how are you, mate? Thanks for joining us this morning.
Oh, I'm good, mate. I'm shattered, but I'm good.
No worries. Now, you've just finished an American tour, right? 10 dates. How was that? And how was
12
that?
dates or something. Yeah, it was wicked. We started in Canada and went down to Washington State, Seattle, and then spent the rest of our time doing various gigs around California.
Yeah, no, wicked. And how's the reception been for you guys in that part of the globe recently?
Yeah, great. Awesome. That's our second time in a year, and we're going back again at the end of this year. So that'll be 3 times within 1 year. And yeah, no, we weren't really planning to go to the States. It was we were going to Canada and initially, and then that fell through. So we were like, well, we've kind of, we're already planning to go over here, so we might as well go and do a few dates in the States. And it just kind of took off from there, really.
Yeah, no, why not? Well, you're not back in New Zealand for long. You've just you're releasing the album, 9-date tour in New Zealand, touring Australia in September for 8 weeks. Then, of course, as you said, back to the Northern Hemisphere in October, and coming back to New Zealand for the summer. Do you ever get a break? Is it?
I hope so. I'm pretty burnt out at the moment, but yeah, no foreseeable break in the future until probably we get back for summer holidays, and then if I don't get one, I'll just enforce one.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, you are the main face behind Sola Rosa. You are kind of the founding father, so to speak.
Yeah.
Though you obviously work with some pretty talented musicians as well. How much input from their side is there in the actual production of an album, and do they all kind of bring something different?
Yeah, they do. I'm a basic beat maker, really. So I just kind of I bash out beats in the studio, and come up with whether it starts from a sample or whether it starts from a drum beat or a bass line or whatever. I'll kind of put all that together and just make loops, and then I'll start to bring the band in, and we'll record some guitar, bass, whatever, and start to collaborate. And those two guys are Matt Short and Ben White are playing. They're playing keys now as well, and Ben's a better keyboard player than I am, so it's got a lot more sort of background and jazz and theory and stuff like that. So we're starting to collaborate a lot more, and then of course we always bring in loads of other musicians, horn players, percussionists, drummers, whatever it takes to kind of get the song done, really. And then final stages this time around, we work with a mix engineer as well in New York, which we've never done before.
Yeah.
And that was really good. And then of course mastering is always done for us overseas these days. So yeah, it was done in New York as well.
Right. And so this new album, Lo and Behold, High and Beyond, how long has it been in the works for?
3 years.
Oof, 3 years. That's quite a while. Is it kind of a nice weight off your chest to get it out?
Yeah, man. Totally. I mean, for me, I just take a long time. I mean, the sort of basic structure of the album was and the body of work was done in the first year, but I'm just a bit of a perfectionist, and we'll record a whole bunch of guitar tracks, and then we'll sort of go back and listen and go, maybe that could be changed, then we'll record it all again, and so there's a lot of that going down. There's a lot of changing of arrangements as we go, so sometimes we have to record whole parts again, and it just seems to be the way I work. So yeah, I tried to speed up the process this time around, but it didn't really happen. So it takes 3 years. It takes 3 years.
Okay,
I'd rather do that and put out something that I'm proud of than rush it.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to say, of all your releases, is this one, considering the amount of time it's taken and stuff, are you probably the most proud of this one, or most comfortable with its release? Yeah,
I'd say so. Yeah, but you always kind of, it's the same with every album, really. I think when I get to a stage where I'm kind of maybe slightly more disappointed in this one than the last one, and that would be troubling for me. But no, I'm sort of happy with each album as it goes on, and I'm not just saying that for the radio. It's I put a lot into it, and a lot of sweat and tears, and you're really happy with the outcome. And the band's kind of really excited about this one more than anything we've done before as well. So that's good for the whole crew, really.
Yeah, no, that's wicked. I have been listening to it for the past couple of days. I do love the vibe of it, and you have timed it quite superbly, I might add, with the build-up to summer. Was that always kind of the plan to release it at this time of year when everyone's kind of gearing up and waiting for summer to come around the corner?
Yeah, I mean, we just kind of always get told that we're a summer band, and I like to make music in summertime. I don't, so that's me. I'm in the studio. I don't really vibe off winter too much.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't. Yeah. I tend to sort of take what I've written in summer and then just sort of start recording and tracking and stuff in wintertime and leave summer for the creative process. And so we've always had that, and we've always tried to time it, but sometimes it just doesn't work out, and you end up putting an album out in the middle of winter, which is kind of what we've done. But it'll have some life in it. So come summertime, hopefully it still should be on people's stereos,
Yeah, people will be vibing out, that one for sure of that. But so finally, this tour of New Zealand, 9 dates, you're pretty much going the length of the country as well. Is there any place that you're going to or have been to or you're really looking forward to going to that has a great vibe and the locals are always up for it?
Yeah, Raglan.
Raglan.
Yeah.
I was looking at your tour dates and I was actually thinking Raglan. I was thinking, how many people come out to a gig when you guys are out there? Is it fairly popular?
Well, the funny story is that we were putting a tour together, and I can't even remember now how we heard about Raglan, but someone said, I think we were looking at doing a date in Hamilton, and then maybe it was Jeff Neems from the Waikato Times or something said, you should check out the yacht club in Raglan, And so we ended up talking to the owner of the yacht club, and we were like, we'll give it a shot. We'll come down and play a gig, and it's totally rammed, and the whole, it's one of those places like the old Verona or something. It's like all the staff, the owners, the staff, everyone's really cool. The vibe of the people that come along are really friendly, and everyone gets into it, and it's by the beach, and it's just almost like a festival vibe, but in a little club,
That is sweet. That is sweet.
Cool.
So your first gig is in Auckland tonight at Studio on K Road. If someone had never been to a Sola Rosa gig before, can you just maybe give me a little bit what it would be like, what they can expect?
Well, it's sort of changed quite a lot over the last year or so. It's basically me on beats and keyboards, and we have guitars playing keys as well, and a bass player playing synth bass as well, and we've got Lauren Mitchell on vocals, Sri Matheson on vocals, Spiky T on vocals, and he also DJs, scratches, drops acapellas, stuff like that. It's quite heavy. Like most people know us as quite a sort of mellow band, but like not live. We like to, kick it in the guts and bring some power to it. That's me. I kind of we just like some balls behind a live performance. So that's what we try and bring these days. And we've put a lot of time and effort into the whole show as far as lighting and props and all those elements. So I think it's going to be, I could safely say, the best looking sounding Sola Rosa show and tour ever.
Oh, exciting stuff. Well, fantastic, Andrew. Thank you very much for joining us again this morning. Best of luck for your tour, and I look forward very much to seeing you back in New Zealand.
Awesome, bro.
Post all your world tours. But thanks.
Yeah, I'm a social media freak. So yeah, it's all up there. It's all documented. We sort of take lots of photos and put them up on Flickr every day, and so yeah, people can. And if people want to get tickets, solarosa.com, they can go there and get them via our links, or they can go straight to undertheradar.co.nz and pick them up there.
Awesome, bro. Well, best of luck for tonight, and I am actually attending, so I look very much forward to seeing it. Cheers, bro.
We shall see you there.
Take it easy.
Bye.
There you go. So Andrew Spragan of Sola Rosa, nice guy actually. But their new album, brand new album, Sola Rosa's brand new album, lo and behold, High and Beyond, has been released today. Solarosa.com is all the details, and undertheradar.co.nz. Their first gig of their 9-date nationwide tour is kicking off tonight at the Studio in Auckland on K Road there. So if you want to head along, undertheradar.co.nz for tickets. I'm going to play you Sola Rosa's, one of their releases off their brand new album. This is Spinning Top. Let me know what you think. 8736. It's 8:15. You're locked on the Toast Breakfast Show with Sky Hendriks. Good morning.
head spinning like a spinning top. I'm on the axis, and my head spinning like a spinning top. You are the stress. My head spinning like a spinning top. I'm on the axis, with my head spinning like a spinning top. You are the stress. Let's create a ruse. You be the joker, I'll be the muse. You can play me, baby. You can play me. My lady maze, medicine for lunatics, all the brave. And I'll take it, baby, 'cause you'll change me. My head spinning like a spinning top. I'm on the axis, and my head spinning like a spinning top. You are the stress. My head spinning like a spinning top. I'm on the axis, and my head spinning like a spinning top. You are the stress. My thoughts oscillate, breaking the pace of the day into 1, 2, 3. 'Cause I'm lonely, baby. Oh, so lonely. Center of gravity's no longer beneath me. 'Cause you changed me, baby. Yes, you changed me. My head spinning like a spinning top. I'm on the axis, and my head spinning like a spinning top. You are the stress. My head spinning like a spinning top. I'm on the axis, and my head spinning like a spinning top. You are the stress. My head spinning like a spinning top. I'm on the axis, with my head spinning like a spinning top. You are the stress. My head spinning like a spinning top. I'm on the axis, with my head spinning like a spinning top. You are the stress. My head spinning like a spinning top. I'm on the axis, with my head spinning like a spinning top. You are the stress. My head spinning like a spinning top. I'm on the axis, with my head spinning like a spinning top. You are the stress. My head spinning like a spinning top.
107.5, 18 past 8.
Head spinning like a spinning top.
You're on the Toast Breakfast Show with Scott Hendriks, Sola Rosa, LA Mitchell. Tune's called Spinning Top. If you do want to get along to see Sola Rosa tonight, they are kicking off their NZY tour at the studio on K Road.